Have you ever felt like no matter how much effort you pour into her, the less she sees your worth? Like the more you text, plan, and invest, the less she's drawn to you? You start thinking you're doing something wrong, but what you're doing is trying. And in her world, that's the problem. Here's the red pill truth most men never hear. The more a woman senses that you need her, the more her attraction dies. Not because she's cruel, but because you've given up your masculine power. You're chasing, you're adapting, you're losing control. She wants to feel pulled by your gravity, not followed by your footsteps. You gain influence not by trying harder, but by letting go. You control her mind not through words, arguments, or logic, but through energy, silence, and presence. You stop chasing, you start leading. You don't need her, but you still want her. That's the switch. Women are not wired to admire men who seek their approval. They admire men who already approve of themselves. Men who don't explain themselves endlessly. Men who live by values, not emotions. This isn't coldness, it's power, it's stoicism. Stoicism isn't a trick to play women. It's a discipline to master yourself, a framework so ancient and timeless that Roman emperors lived by it while ruling the world. The Stoics didn't argue for power, they cultivated it. They didn't chase, they embodied such depth that others leaned in. That's the energy women crave but almost never find. And that's your edge. If you learn to control your emotions, your impulses, and your frame, you become different. In today's world where men are emotional, reactive, needy, and soft, the man who is still and sovereign becomes magnetic. You'll stand out, not because you shout, but because you don't have to. Let's get brutally clear. Needing her is weakness. It's not love, it's dependency, and dependency creates fear. Fear of losing her, fear of being alone, fear of not being enough. But women are biologically wired to move away from fear. When they sense fear in a man, they feel unsafe. Not because he's dangerous, but because he's unstable, emotionally weak, uncertain. But when you live in detachment, when you want her but don't need her, she feels something rare, grounded security. She starts wondering why you're not chasing her like the others, why you're not reacting, why you seem unbothered. That's when she starts chasing you. Want to make her think about you all day. Stop thinking about her. Start thinking about your mission. Want her to miss you. Be so busy building your life that your time becomes sacred. When she sees you're moving with or without her, she'll fight to keep up. That's control without words. Most men are emotional slaves. A woman pulls back. They panic. She tests them. They argue. She challenges their views. They fold. But Stoic men pause. They breathe. They observe. They respond with power, not panic. This is how you remain unpredictable. And unpredictability breeds attraction. If she can read your every move, she's already lost interest. But if you're calm when she expects a reaction, decisive when she expects confusion, silent when she expects you to plead, now you have her attention. Mental control is the highest form of dominance. You don't win through volume. You win through presence, through your tone, through your ability to remain unmoved in chaos. When you're calm in the storm, she knows she can trust you. Control the frame. Every relationship has one. It's the unspoken agreement of who sets the tone. Weak men let her define the pace, the direction, the values. They mold themselves to her emotions, and when you do that, you lose respect. Women don't want to be the leader in relationships. They want to feel safe in the presence of one. So set the tone, lead with clarity, define your boundaries, and if she tests them, hold the line. Not with anger, with stillness. That's power. When she's hot and cold, you stay the same. When she's moody, you don't mirror it. When she challenges your decisions, you don't get defensive. You reinforce the standard. And the deeper your standard is rooted in purpose, not ego, the more attractive it becomes. You don't control her mind by debating. You control it by embodying such consistency that she has no choice but to trust it. Women crave stability. When they see it in you, they relax. And once they relax, they open up. They invest. They attach. You want real power? Stop needing to explain. Start mastering the art of silence. Strategic silence is your greatest tool. When she's pulling away, pull back. When she's being difficult, don't match it. When she's giving mixed signals, disengage. Don't reward confusion with attention. Reward clarity with presence. She'll notice. She'll feel your absence. And that's when her mind starts racing. What's he thinking? Why hasn't he called? Why is he so calm? That's control. Leadership isn't loud. It's steady. A Stoic man doesn't argue for authority. He owns it. He decides. He acts. And he walks his path, whether she's on it or not. He creates the plan. He invites her. But he never changes the destination for her comfort. That's what separates boys from men. Boys need attention. Men need mission. Boys follow women. Men walk a path women want to follow. If you want Stoic power, it starts the moment you wake up. Before your phone, before her texts, before the world reaches you. Each morning, journal these 3 things. 1. What can I control today? 2. How can I show strength without speaking? 3. What must I do, regardless of how I feel? Then act. Get uncomfortable. Train your body, mind, and discipline. Cold showers, hard workouts, deep reading. Make these your baseline, not because you want to impress her, but because it makes you untouchable. The more you build yourself, the less you depend on her admiration. And ironically, that's when she admires you more. Because you're not begging for love, you're radiating it from within. Stop texting her every day just to feel secure. Stop trying to fix every silence with a message. Let space do the work. When she pulls away, don't panic. Pause. Let her come to you. And if she doesn't, let her go. Your value isn't in her opinion. It's in your standards. It's in how you move, how you lead, how you build. Women follow men who follow purpose. That's who you must become, and if she fits, great. If not, you keep walking. You don't beg for attention. You earn respect. You don't seek connection. You allow it. In the end, she will feel it. The depth, the gravity, the certainty, and she'll realize this man doesn't need me, but he chooses me. And that's irresistible. I'm putting together the most powerful step-by-step relationship guide ever created for men, rooted in timeless Stoic principles that have shaped kings, warriors, and leaders for centuries. This guide will transform your life and relationships from the inside out. It's about reclaiming your power, building an unshakable foundation, and achieving a level of influence and control most men only dream of. Stay tuned for my upcoming ebook, because once you read it, you'll never approach women, relationships, or even yourself the same way again. Comment Blueprint if you're looking forward to it, and I'll send you a link as soon as it's available. Now let me leave you with this. The world is filled with noise, with men chasing approval, reacting to every emotion, and surrendering their worth for attention. But you are not here to be one of them. You're here to rise. You're here to lead, not with force, but with aura. To attract, not through words, but through presence. To be desired, not because you chased, but because you chose to walk with purpose. She will feel it. She will sense it. The quiet confidence, the internal certainty, the power that can't be bought, begged for, or faked. That's what Stoicism gives you. Not a mask, not a game, but a way of life that makes you magnetic.